Welcome to the Gone Running store in Wan Chai, and this is our first live Christmas newsletter, and it's a pleasure to welcome you all here. Only 2 or 3 days after Christmas, so I'm sure you're thinking about what to do for your final presents. We'd like to bring you a few updates on what we've been doing here in Gone Running, as well as bring you a few ideas for your last minute shopping extravaganza. So on today's programme we're going to have a little bit of input from Virginie from Run HK about what we've been doing to help her raise funds for her charity, and she's going to be here on the live stream very soon. And then we're going to talk about a challenge that we have created for you to join in from the start of the new year, supporting Janine Canham's 777 challenge. We've got a little bit of video from Janine as she prepares for that. So, yeah, thanks for all of your generosity for supporting Run HK over the last quarter. We had a great quarter. And yesterday we invited Janine to come in and talk a little bit about Run and to collect those donations. So we're going to switch over now to the little video that we made yesterday, and then we'll come back and talk about some of the other stuff. So if this works, we're going to go now. Okay. Yes. So Janine, welcome to the Gone Running store. Start again. Virginie, welcome to the Gone Running store. It's
Thank
a pleasure
you, Peter.
to welcome you here. It's always a pleasure. As you know, we like to do a lot for Run Hong Kong, and we've had a pretty good fourth quarter. We've been doing a number of activities, as you know. So we've done the Will Hayward's evenings. Thanks to Will for talking about his experience at the Big Dogs Backyard Challenge. We've been collecting for Janine's 777 challenge, and we're going to hear more about that a bit later. And also the track sessions, the usual track sessions that we've been doing. So everybody out there who has contributed, fantastic, and thanks. That's resulted in around about $32,500 worth of donations, and thanks to AB Bernstein, Janine Canham's company, that's been doubled. So we're giving Virginie, a cheque for something like $65,000 for this quarter, which is wonderful. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, Peter, and thank you to all the Gone Runners for making every mile meaningful, especially on Tuesday through the Gone Runners Club. Also by signing up on Janine's 777 challenge, and also by supporting us through other events. There's so much more to come in 2020.
Well, tell us a bit more about what you want to do in 2020.
Well, at RUN we help to rebuild the lives of vulnerable refugees, mainly women, through sport and education. Refugees are stuck in Hong Kong. Sometimes they're stuck here for almost 20 years. We are at the moment building a partnership with some organizations in Canada. Those organizations are special agreement holders, so they can bring refugees, they can sponsor refugees privately for them to come to Canada. And we have set up a fund, and we hope to raise $500,000 Hong Kong dollars in 2020, so that we can,
the whole year?
Yes, so that we can send 3 families to Canada next year. So every mile is meaningful. Also, every mile helps us pay transport costs so that our women and children can keep coming to the trails and also can study. Your sweat is worth it. So really, thank you. The relationship with Gone Running has been going on since we started the NGO through John Ellis, and now Peter is building a fantastic community of which our refugees are also part. They also come and run.
They're great runners. They're actually great runners too.
They're tackling again 100Ks, 50Ks in January. So they're very grateful for that you open that Gone Running is opening its doors to them. So really, thank you to everyone.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck for next year.
Thank you very much.
We will still be around and supporting you.
Yes, you will see us on the trails.
And maybe down the track sometime, and wherever we can, we will help.
Yeah. Thank you, Peter.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
That was good.
Hi, Gone Runners. This is Mo Devlin. I'm here in Thanyapura.
Okay, well, you saw Janine yesterday talking a little bit about what the aims for Run HK are for this coming year, and she also mentioned Janine's challenge. So we wanted to give you a little bit more insight from Janine about what exactly the challenge is all about. She's been given quite a heavy training program by her coach Erwin, and she's now in Thailand combining a family holiday with that training program. So we asked Mo, her partner, to catch her and see if she could get a little bit of insight, or give us a little bit of insight into what exactly the challenge is and what we can do. So we'll now play the video from yesterday's interview with Janine.
Hi Gone Runners, this is Mo Devlin. I'm here in Thanyapura Phuket with Janine and the kids. She's training for her special World Marathon Challenge, and here she comes now. Hey Janine!
Hey!
Come and have a chat with us please. The Gone Runners want to know what you're up to. So Janine, why are you here in Thanyapura Phuket?
So, multitasking, having a family holiday and having an intense training week. So my coach Erwan from Joint Dynamics has set me quite a tough week of training, and I thought I could come running here and get my kids to do a bit of activity as well.
Okay, so what is this great challenge that you're training for?
So I'm training for the World Marathon Challenge, which is a race I've entered because I've done so many multi-stage races so far, and I was looking for a new one that was a little bit different. So this one is kind of entirely different from all the deserts, jungles, mountains, blah blah blah. This is all road, and it's running 7 marathons in 7 days on 7 continents, which is going to be a huge challenge given that I've just recovered from an injury. But my main motivation is to raise money for Run Hong Kong. So I've completely got over my initial disappointment of maybe not running as hard as I want to, and now I'm turning it into a mission to make as much money as possible for the Run Refugees.
Now the challenge itself sounds incredible, but the effort that you're making for the charity sounds even more amazing. So tell us all about this Ultra Challenge that we should all sign up for.
Yeah, so I've been brainstorming a bit with Virginie from Run and Peter Hopper from the Gone Runners to see how we could engage the refugees and the running community to all take part in this challenge and raise money and awareness, of course, for the situation the refugees find themselves in. So we came up with the idea of inviting people to get fit in the new year, run 7 marathons in 7 weeks. But it's not all in one go, so it's not as tough as it might sound. So anyone should be able to do this. Run up to minimum 42 Ks a week. You can do that any way you want for 7 weeks. Sign up. There should be a link up on the screen. And you pay $539, which is $77 per week for 7 weeks. The money all goes to Run. I'm going to get my firm to match the donations because this is all fundraising that we're doing for Run. And by signing up, not only will you get fit in the new year, but you'll also improve a lot of people's lives. So it'd be absolutely fantastic if as many people as possible can sign up.
Well, it sounds like an amazing challenge and an incredible opportunity for so many people to get involved helping, supporting Run and you in your endeavour. So I wish you all the very best, great success. I've signed up, obviously, looking forward to following you. Thank you very much, and say goodbye from Thanyapura.
Thanks guys, thanks for signing up.
Okay, thanks Mo and Janine. It looks like you're having a fantastic holiday out there, and a little bit jealous about the ability to be able to combine a nice bit of training with some time on the beach. So Janine talked about the challenge. We put the QR code up there on the screen, and we will put the link in the comments section on Facebook after we finish the broadcast. So if you want to join the challenge, just click on it and it will be self-explanatory. $77 per week for 7 weeks. Last week is the week that Janine does her challenge in every continent on the planet. So it's a great opportunity to support Run. So moving on, Christmas is now only 2 days away, and I'm sure if you're like me, then you're still thinking about at least a few of your Christmas presents. So we thought we might give you a few ideas. We've got a few interesting little deals that you might be interested to take advantage of. I'd like to start with the Coros watch. We've had a great year this year with Coros. We've been selling this now for probably about a year, and one of the great things about it is its battery life. It is probably the best performing watch from the point of view of battery life, and it is at a significantly lower price point than, say, the Garmin 5S. So for instance, this is the 42mm display, and the one I'm wearing is 46mm, slightly larger. The 46mm has something like 36 hours of battery life on GPS. Now if you want to try and understand what that means, it actually beat Elliot Freudever on his Big Boar's Backyard Challenge, which we were happy to sponsor him for. But more practically, I run every day. I'm doing about 80k a week, and I don't need to charge this watch for 2 weeks, and that's quite unusual for a GPS watch, and there's nothing more frustrating than finding you haven't got enough left. So what we're doing is we're doing a deal. If you buy the Coros watch, we want to give you some other additional things to help you with your New Year's resolution. So we're also going to give you 20% off the new version 10 New Balance 1080. It's the version 9 was our best-selling New Balance shoe this year, and this is the new version 10, just arrived this week. Beautiful looking shoe. It's got Fresh Foam X, which is a new development, an improvement on the Fresh Foam that they've used before. Completely different silhouette. It's got this sort of heel cup at the back. Some people complained that the old model had a kind of ridge here that made it a little bit easy to slip off your heel. This redesigned heel should be a lot better. It's about 13 grams lighter than the original version 9, and we think if you're getting ready for, say, the Standard Chartered, this is a great high mileage shoe. And if you've been following Patrick Blennerhassett's exploits to get to the Standard Chartered, you'll know that this is the shoe, the version 9 was the shoe that he's done most of his miles in. So great shoe for marathon prep. If you do this, you also get the chance to either get a large bottle of Beat It. Beat It is very good if you are preparing for a race. Take it a couple of days before plus an hour before, and what beetroot juice does is help you absorb oxygen into your bloodstream, and it's a great way to just get a little bit of a boost for your race. You can either have one of these free or the Skint wallet, which we're giving you as a bundle. So if you buy the Coros watch, 20% off the version 10 New Balance, and then either a free Beat It large 3000 nitrate bottle like this, or a free Skint wallet, which are very handy. This must be the smallest wallet in the world. And talking about Skint, we have 3 different versions of Skint. We have the very nice Swish leather version, and this is a relatively new development for us, for Skint. This must be the smallest wallet, I think, in the world, or certainly one of them the smallest. And it's one of the few where you don't actually have to fold your money to put it in. So it's very handy from that point of view. There's the leather version, there's the Lycra version that we've been selling for a long time, which is just the same, exactly the same design, but made out of Lycra. And then there's a little phone pocket where you can stick on the back of your phone, maybe put in an Octopus card, one credit card, and these sell great for Christmas presents. So if you're stuck to decide what to give people, think about a Skint wallet. If you buy all 3, so the leather one, the Lycra one, and the phone pocket, will give you 30% off that as a bundle. So it's quite a nice way to solve some of those tricky last-minute worries about your Christmas presents. So then I'd like to talk a little bit about T8. Now, some of you know that John Ellis, our other partner, has been developing T8 shorts now for quite a long time, and the first product were these very nice chaff-free underwear. For men they're called Commando, for obvious reasons. It hardly feels like you're wearing anything. And for the ladies it's called Better Than Boys. So these are really good. They don't give you any chaffing. They're fabulous. Now normally we've had a black short to go on top of it, but for now we've got a few limited versions of the blue shorts, and these are going to become available in 2020. And you've probably seen John running last year. He's famous for running bare-chested, and the only thing that he really wears is this. You can get an awful lot of stuff in the belt around the top of the short. You can get your phone in, you can get your skint wallet, you can get all your mandatory gear if it's small, and then a 500 milliliter bottle. But these are the new development, nice blue colour. So if you are thinking about that, then maybe the blue T8 shorts might just be a suitable present. Then I'd like to talk a little bit about Altra. Now, full disclosure, I mean, we are the distributors for Altra, so what I'm about to say, you might think, well, I would say that anyway, but I've been sort of, since we started being the distributor, I wanted to get to understand what the real benefit for Altra was, and I've been using a lot of different models over the last 6 months, and I don't tend to say positive things if I don't believe them, so I'd like to share with you my experience. So I've been running every day. I set myself a challenge of running every day for a decade, and I'm now 136 days into that challenge, which is not very far for a 10-year challenge. But one of the things I was concerned about was getting injured, and so I switched gradually over to zero drop shoes, and I've been using the Timp, which is a crossover between road and trail. It's a bit like the Hoka ATR, pretty much the same sort of target market. It's got more cushioning, about 2 millimeters more cushioning at the forefront than the ATR, and a couple of millimeters less because it's balanced cushioning, so zero drop. And I've found this on trails which are a nice combination of catch water, steps, and perhaps a bit of trail to be perfect. It's got Max Track now on the Timp 2, which is a relatively sticky version of their own compound, so I don't find any problems with grip. I've also been using the Torin, very similar shoe, but more the road version of this. Now what I find about Altra is a couple of things. First, I don't have wide feet, so initially I thought the wide toe box would be a bit unnecessary, but I found that the biggest advantage is I can keep my big toe straight, and when I'm pushing off it actually feels very nice and very natural. And I've been doing long runs, short runs, fast runs, track, and I've been using the Torin on the track. I've been using this on the Saturday run, from the Sunday run, and so far, despite running every day, I used to always get niggles in my calf for whatever kind of training I did, and so far it's completely disappeared. And I really think this more natural running shape with zero drop is making a big difference. So this is the road shoe, the Torin. You can either get called the Torin Plush or the Torin Mesh. It's got Quantic as the midsole compound, and that I found is very soft. It's very similar actually to Adidas Boost, so it's got a nice rebound ability. I've also been running in the Olympus 3, Olympus 3.5, sorry, this is the current version of it. Same wide toe box, Vibram Mega Grip, and this is the alternative to, say, the Hoka Speed Goat. Now one of the things I found about the Speed Goat was it's very stiff, and I couldn't bend it. If I did a lot of kilometers, if I was up over 100 kilometers, then I would be finding I was pulling on my heel and on my Achilles. The good thing about the Olympus 3.5 is it's much more flexible this way. So if you happen to be getting up on your toes, so if you're climbing a hill or something, you get much more flex here than you do in the Speed Goat, and I find that very good. I like the wide toe box. It's interesting that despite the high cushioning, the high amount of cushioning, they have these independent blocks on the bottom, and the idea is when you step on a rock, it collapses in like this, and what that does is it means it kind of grips the rock. It does that rather than flip your shoe over. So I find it a very stable platform. So that's my experience so far with Altra, and of course, yeah, I try not to be too biased. I'm obviously a little bit biased because we are distributing these, but I do think that there is a lot to be said for moving towards this natural running style, and I would recommend that if you're doing a lot of miles and you want to build up and not get injured, then try to put a zero drop shoe in your mix so that you rotate your shoes and see how it works for you. And certainly if you've got wide feet, then they're very, very comfortable. So this is pretty much what we wanted to cover for today, and we're here in Gone Running, so it only is left for us to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. So I'm going to invite everybody in from our shop, including Man, who's sitting there behind the computer. So I want to get you all in here. So guys, we wish you a Merry Christmas, eh? Merry Christmas! Yes. All right, and have a great time, and we'll see you in the new year. Okay, thank you.